Jamaican girl, them a thief. Them a thief. The girl, they want your money. Me I tell you, are you big? And the girl, they want your big car, or your big house, and that they want to come see. No girl not build no life with no man again. Them a girl a thief, be a eyelash, and they sit there, fingernail, and they can't cook a pound of rice. Cause the rice will flash up on the wall. Them a girl don't know nothing about cooking.
Welcome to another episode of Bar Talk, episode 3, where we discuss random topics that are current, topics that affect both Caribbean culture and the world in general. Now, first, we'd like to say thank you to all our subscribers, all our persons who have been listening, our listening audience, persons who have left a comment, share, like, subscribe, enjoy, big up for joining and listening.
Yes, blessed. Greetings, everything along them lines. So the topic is, what does a woman offer in a relationship apart from sex? And I'll say the topic again. What does a woman offer in a relationship apart from sex? So basically, the woman's role is a total enigma. Climate has changed many moons ago in relation to women being a second-rate human being. The world revolves around women. Today are forging a new paradigm where they consider themselves alpha female. This has made them defiant in the face of any perceived slight against their ego. Yes, there is a female ego. So the role they play in a relationship is now equal in every sense. But we are not talking about a woman's role with an inferior man, but with an alpha male. We refer to both as lion and lioness. So do the king of the jungle need the queen of the jungle for anything other than sex or procreation? This is a conundrum. Only the bold can dissect, unravel, and enlighten. So we at Bar Talk attempt this. Welcome to Bar Talk. Over to you.
Yes. Greetings to the people in the podcast land. The teacher is here again. So very, very interesting topic. All right. So I'm here to look at the role of the women before the civil rights era and the feminist movement. All right. So I'm going to list out some points of the roles. So the first point on the role of a woman was as a wife, where she's the man's helpmate, the partner, the person who stick by the man, all right? 2, as an administrator and the leader of the household, where she's tasked to ensure that everything is ordered within the household. 3, as a manager of the family, and she was the one who normally control the income. So whenever the man go out and work, she's the one who spend the money. The 4th one now, as a mother, as the one who has the sole responsibility in raising the children. So those basically highlight the main points of the role of the woman in society before the feminist or the civil rights era. All right, so over to you and go.
All right, so by civil rights, we're speaking specifically about women civil rights or the fight by women for civil recognition. So at the turn of the century, women could not vote, women could not even own property, and women didn't have a right to education. And by the turn of the century, referring to the 1900s, the civil rights movement would have started from as early as 1910 leading up. And one of the most significant events globally that occurred was World War I and World War II. So during the war, it was mainly in the developed country, but because of colonialism, it basically impacted the entire world. So you find where countries needed to expand their armies in order to gain the upper leverage in the war. So they expanded their armies, meaning more recruits, and naturally, it would have been more men. So that the men were forced to leave from working in factories and so on to join up for the army to fight in the war. So what that meant is that women, as men migrated to the army out of the industries, women migrated into the industry, into the economy. So the proportion of women in the labor force swelled as a result of the World War I and World War II. So that would signal women gaining more economic power and more social standing and a greater voice in the society. Now, over the years, it has been a constant struggle, and women, they have won a lot of victories to the point where now, in Jamaica, for example, there is equal distribution of access to education for men and women. We have universal adult suffrage in 1944. Jamaica was well ahead of in the US and many other countries in terms of universal adult suffrage, which means everybody has the right to vote. And so women won their right to vote, won their right to own property, won their right to equal education, equal access to education. So in today's world now, the struggle continues. Women are voicing their needs for greater representation in government, especially in the Jamaican example in Parliament, and more so in the Senate. On a global scale, women are fighting for equal pay. That is there in most industries, but you still have areas where there's a huge disparity, such as sports, and that is a very big and topical thing in USA, especially with the US women's football team doing exceptionally better comparatively than the men's team, but getting far less pay than the men's team. In tennis, for example, I think there's equal prize money now for both women and men. So you find that the victories have been won in terms of that sort of equality. And the biggest thing right now, which we explored an aspect of in the previous podcast, where we're talking about violence against women. So these are some of the current fights and struggles that women are going through in the 21st century. So these are some of the issues that we want. These are just background information we're setting when we are getting back to our topic. So now Jerry will going to tell us about the impact of feminism on women empowerment and so forth.
So with all that just been said, right, as it relates to civil rights movements and the roles of women during and after the civil rights movement, a particular terminology was being, I guess, cooked up as it relates to women rights and versus the rights of men and the whole human rights. And that terminology was feminism. Now, viewers, I guess you guys can just drop in the comments and tell me what does feminism means to you guys. Both women and men, just share it so we can see the angle that you guys see feminism from and the different roles that I think feminism play in the whole development of a society. Now, based on that, we can start by saying feminism is basically defined as the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of the equality of sexes. So pretty much women wanted to be seen or deemed as equal to men because as Nguvo and as the teacher mentioned earlier, women weren't seen or had significant roles in society during that whole civil rights movement time period. Now, we can say it started basically as early as 1848. There was a convention in New York City, and that's how the whole feminism movement started, from that convention, where women basically wanted control of their lives. And I guess the right, as Nguvo mentioned, they wanted the right to vote, the right to own property. And these were ideally the whole purpose of the whole feminist movement back then. And this movement started in 1920. So the movement itself started after the whole terminology of feminism, which I mentioned earlier. Now, basically, we have from the starting of the movement, the feminist movement, there are 4 waves. And I'm going to break down the waves to you. Maybe you can share and tell me if you didn't know that there are 4 waves. You can share and tell me which wave you think had an impact. But we can start from the first wave. Now, the first wave in the 1920s, was women wanting the right to vote, the right to own property. Because back then, as I said, the women didn't or weren't able to. Then we had the second wave now, which started in the 1960s. Now, the second wave was more of persons wanting things legally. So they wanted the whole equal pay for both male and females doing the same roles at the workplace. They wanted the ability to choose whether or not they could have an abortion if needs be within certain limits. And they also started the whole anti-sex discrimination rights. They wanted not to feel subject by males just for sexual beings or just quote unquote them being sexy. And then we had during the 1970s, there was a third wave. Now, in the 1970s, there was a little shift, a little paradigm shift in the whole feminist movement, because remember, it started out as equality of the sexes. But the shift started in the 1970s where, yes, they were still fighting for equal pay, still fighting for the rights to choose whether or not they could conduct abortions within certain limits, as well as the anti-sex discrimination rights. But they added something to it, and it started out in our entertainment world, in the music, where musicians and female artists started pretty much turning up the flame and singing to their audiences, telling them that, or encourage the women to show anger towards the men. And that was from 1970s to the 2011s. So you found songs were on the airwaves bashing men. You remember them song that I Don't Want No Scrub. We can come locally and we can remember that Lady G and Papa San song that was very popular back then. And then you have the whole notion of independent ladies, whether you want to be from what the group would be and say the name again?
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child, right. And you had even our local entertainer, Gaza Slim, who did the same a rendition of that song. So you find that the stages were changing. Now we're in the fourth stage, which is from 2012, where the whole notion of feminism kind of shifted. And this is where we're starting to have an issue with feminism not being what it was coined or destined to be, but it's now at a stage where it's pretty much women bashing men and women showing that they are stronger than men. So we're at that stage, and if we don't fix that stage soon, to get back to the whole human rights aspect of feminism, we're in deep troubles. So I have some more things for the discussion later. But my people out there, just comment and tell me what you think, what feminism means to you, how you think feminism changed your views on society. If you're a female, tell us from your point of view. If you're a man, tell us from your point of view. Just share and keep the interaction going down there in the comments, people. And go through it.
Very interesting mention, good people. Very interesting mention. I'm looking at here what I'm really saying on internet. What men really expect a woman in a relationship, right? And a synopsis. At the end of the day, men want a relationship where they can feel good about themselves and where they can feel like they are with someone who is mature, right? Being able to communicate, again, being able to communicate and compromise, again, compromise, are just some of the aspects of a mature relationship. Men appreciate respect. Men appreciate respect. Again, right? And having a partner who works together with them, that's together with them goals and everything, that's what men see in a relationship, right? So that's it.
Yeah. Respect, Yad. Respect to the item. So now we are going to read the discussion segment. So want each man say what are the 5 main things them expect from a woman in a relationship. And since Yad live, I just go back to Yad at the same time. 5 expectations Yad from a woman in a relationship.
5 expectations for me. First of all, same thing that I just read about. She should be mature, right?
That's a one.
One. She should be able to compromise, right? She should be attractive.
That's true. Of course.
Yeah, that's my expectation.
Of
Right?
course.
4, should be able to enjoy herself. That's in sex should be on the table and she should be good at that. Right?
All right.
5, I guess she should be able to have a good personality. Right? A personality that's with you and all and stuff. That's my expectation.
All right, Yad, the teacher, 5 expectations.
Yes, teacher here, 5 expectations that I am looking for in a woman. She must be respectful at 1, trustworthy 2, must be mature in her thoughts. That's 3, 4, must be able to compromise, you understand? And the final one, be supportive in my decisions and whatever I'm planning to do. You understand? So that's my 5 things that I expect from a female in a relationship.
All right, teacher. Jeru.
All right, so my 5 expectations in a relationship, so I can't go wrong, Jaja. So,
Hey!
that's it. Yeah, man, so she have to be supportive, right? That's the 1. She have to be loyal. 2, she have to be somebody who I can sit down and have a good conversation with. So she have some level of a proper education. She have to be nurturing, and then sex have to come into play. So those are my 5.
All right. King Solomon, your time now.
Oh, you are going me if you go.
Your time, man.
Did I work for my 5, man? Go on.
A joke thing.
No, and the
The
very
man
first
can't decide them 5 like about more than 5. 5 kind of limited still, you know, because there are something I'm going to add on, but you don't know already.
A priority. So go on, then, go on,
So,
then.
like for me, still more even where it as when we expect. It's just my approach to the thing is that the whole relationship thing is really like a life partner would be the ideal.
Better do it 5 now, better before you go down like 5.
So what I'm gonna say is really, I just want somebody who you can be as a life partner, be there as your support, social support,
That's why.
physical support, financial support, and emotional support. It's just somebody who just wants to be there. So that's it.
My 5, you know?
Yeah, man.
All right, so Solomon 5. Be able to take instructions. Respectful, humble, loyal, and loyal in my aspect means say, you're not gonna give her the thing. Yeah, I'm supposed to can take care of my youth them when the youth them forward. So that means she have a work. She have a work, yeah.
nurturing then.
No, she have work.
All right, VG.
Yeah, man.
Hold on there, hold on, Mr. Ngufo. I'm gonna ask Solomon for the importance of the whole thing part. What thing part mean? Give what the thing. I remember say you have other listener out there, know what that mean. Give what the thing, what that mean?
Take her vagina and give it to her next man so he can put penis inside her.
All right, so I guess them understand now. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and she not for kiss no nigga. She not for talk, flirt, as long as me no sisters. See, that's what I say. It's a technical thing, but just be loyal. My one is my one.
So a general question for all the man, the expectations, these are reciprocal. Like, are these things that we also are?
Yeah, man. Let me return it, man. Yeah, man. Take a bit return.
No, everything. Wait, no man. That's like.
Hold on. So King Solomon, teacher say everything what him expect is what him also willing to give.
Yeah, man. Right? Return it, man.
Yeah, man. Jerry, same thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
thing.
Yeah.
King Solomon, let's say everything where you expect of a woman, the woman can also expect of you.
With disclaimers.
What do you mean by that?
With disclaimers, because first of all, when I don't start off with me, not try to show me.
No, we don't start with you. We start with teacher, and then we go Jerry,
I'm sure one and then we go. So my one is say, give instructions.
Yeah.
And
man.
So me.
You say give instructions, be humble, loyal, and don't give a thing. So I say, if a woman can also.
Remember word them out now. So wait, no man.
So we have to repeat that, man. Just tell me where they're not.
Wait, no man.
A woman can expect the same thing from you.
She asked me to deal with something, so me can take instructions.
Okay.
Yeah, make a loyal in terms of say, I'm me and her and I'm me and her.
Yeah.
Which other one? Humble means a humble youth. So me
says a yes then.
Wait, no man. Which other the other one?
Remember that thing there, where you say she give her the thing.
The other one was respectful.
Yeah, man, I loyal that himself.
And the fourth one is respectful. And the fifth one was say, she not forgive her the thing.
You said loyal, yeah.
So the one they know is a different one. I don't know. We are males. We are going to do that, brother.
So you're saying we're genetically wired to cheat then? That's what you're saying then?
Not cheat. We are genetically wired to sow our royal oats.
Which is the same thing.
No, you cheat.
Which is the same thing.
No, you cheat.
Which is the same thing.
Hold on.
The same thing.
Teacher, you cheat.
I
do not
cheat. The same thing, Mr. Solomon.
I do not cheat.
Teacher, the man say no cheat. So
I do not cheat.
Stop trying.
I am King Solomon. I sow my royal oats that the universe gave to me to understand. So you have to have.
I have to. Can I interject?
Interject, my friend.
All right.
Because this man in King Solomon sound like him want a robot. Oh, you get to man bad man.
No, but the man
wait,
man.
This is not King Solomon attack, you know. We're talking
about man. It's Barta.
No, this is Barta.
Barta, J.
Go back to the.
Which book you say that? Which philosophy? Which theory you get this thing from? About genetic. Which research about wired in man's genetics.
Hello.
So royalty. No, I'm not saying no.
No, I'm answering. Don't come tell me. Yes, don't come.
which
You
research
don't
you get
come,
this thing
you,
from?
listen, youth, you don't try to do that. Let me tell you, are you a man?
I ask you a question, Aya.
Answer your
Me
question.
nah object to what you
May
say.
I answer
We
your
just
question?
ask
Are
you.
you a man?
We
So why
ask
you
That nah no for
you
the
a
what
man?
the source
Are
with
you a
research?
man?
Me
I'm
want go
telling
that
you.
nah no for the
want
being
to
a man
Google
and
that.
I'm telling you what the source.
Want to
I'm here
Google
try
what
to
you
show you
say.
what the source.
Yeah.
Are you a man, Yad?
when me talk.
No.
Let me interject.
You're a man,
Listen
yes
me.
or no? Are you a man, yes or no?
Listen me now, man.
No,
Yeah,
me
listen me.
answer, brother. We are the right.
Me have to take. Me have to take.
You are
Me have
man,
to take
yes or no?
disrespect for some of them stuff
You're a
there.
man, yes or no?
That nah no for do no man
Now,
thing.
me know what I talk about then now. Then we'll
Are
move
you
on
not
to
sure? Me a man.
situation.
Me sure. Me a man. Yeah,
All
we
right,
are
you're a
sure.
man.
Yeah,
You're a
me sure
man.
that. Mm.
All right. You see, if you're a man, look inside of yourself and tell me whether or not one female can keep you all the days of your life without having sex with another female. Tell me that. Can you just have sex with one female?
That I never. That a
Every
different
day,
something from.
all day, 24 hours a day. One
Oh,
female.
we are interject which part you
One
have.
female. Can you do that? Only can do that?
That's possible. Yeah, it can be done. Yeah.
You
Can be
can
done.
do that?
Yeah,
You
it can
can
be
do
done.
that? You can have sex with one female for 6 years, 7 years, one female for 365 days of them, 6 years there.
Yeah, why not?
But that's all.
Well, I know. Well, I know.
Someone
Let
can
me,
carry say like
give
that.
me a look at piece side there.
I take piece.
Because I guess what King Solomon mentioned, if it's a committed relationship or just a little fling, is it a committed
Brother, we
relationship,
are the
Mr.
real. All
Solomon?
I'm saying,
May
sir,
I
this
ask
is
you,
not,
sir?
this is not
narrow down the thing,
intervention for King Solomon. So let's move on, please, and thanks. Because I don't know I'm to. A whole heap of things. I'm going to come back to it when we go down in the meat of the argument. Please and thanks. And go over to you. Because I don't know who, man. I try to move like Jesus.
You man say no.
Matter about, man.
Jesus, I be a Jesus, man, there, so.
You have to laugh.
I'm Mohammed and Gandhi. Me never know. Let's start now, man. Come
But
on.
you sound like a controller, son.
PlayStation.
Anyways.
FIFA.
FIFA, man. Controller.
Anyways.
What may I say is this. What I want to ask some of them is, can we just discuss the whole women's rights thing, feminism, and we wonder if the beliefs that there should be equality in a relationship and to what extent.
No, we are the right. No. I am not going to sit in bar talk and have us eggshell around what we are talking about. The topic is, does a woman offer anything else in a relationship apart from sex? That's the topic.
That's the topic. Agreed.
That's the topic. So we talk about feminism for say whether or not the change of roles in the women have caused relationships to become something nothing but just a little fling. So it just makes sense everybody just have a fling. Because women are empowered. Women have a bag of man. Man have a bag of woman right now. So we are talking about, does relationship really matter? Does it really make sense you put all this on a talk about into women? Or does it make sense women put all this faith into men? Apart from just, let's just have sex, procreate, and move on. That's the topic. Gentlemen, bar talk. Come on. Owner man.
Bar talk. No skirting around the issues, right?
No skirting around.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And figuratively.
Figuratively.
All right.
Definitely.
No dodging.
Let me make my point.
Me start
Go
taking
through.
the host.
No, me want to start it.
No, so Mr. Yad, you make a question. So Mr. Yad,
You can't question
since you
that.
say me a robot the woman them, so tell me, what does a woman offer apart from sex to you?
She offer enough things. She offer moral support. She offer emotion. Listen me. She offer moral support. She offer emotional support.
Explain them to me. What is moral support? Give me an example.
The woman is there to tell you, say, all right, she motivate you. She say, all right, you're nice, you're cute. You do it. Listen me now, man.
Yo, you have a big toe to the night eggs.
Listen me.
Why panda cute
Lyrical
thing?
gun.
Why panda?
Why panda cute thing that's still?
But I don't talk about people.
Go on.
Got you.
She's there to tell you to ensure that yes, you're a king. Now I mean, she's there to motivate you. Anything where you do, you need a motivator. Now I mean, so if you have, as I say, if you have a girl, if it's just for sex, that's just a friend with sex. That's not a girl. That's not your lady. So
yeah.
she does have a more, and she can empower you more. She get confidence.
All right, so let's try understand here. So you're basically saying that you were less of a man and you needed her to reassure you that you're a man, to reinforce your manliness, to ensure that you're a king and you're a god. So you need this woman to give you all that.
I'm not for doing no less than a man. Because me sure, a human thing, me sure knows that everybody.
Basically, how you are saying, okay, if you say need.
So now listen to me, I say.
If you need ear to survive,
exactly.
You're going
exactly.
So
exactly.
Listen to me, I say.
You say need, you know.
Say,
listen to me, I say.
You're cute. And you're going to say, yeah, I'm the man.
And you step out confident because you're cute. Yeah.
This is just an example, good people.
No,
but as me I said.
But King Solomon.
Listen to me, man.
Got you.
Make him done.
I was this. And everybody come out and assure themselves that can be done and everything can be done. You need that. You actually are gonna need that. You need a motivator. You need a motivator. What you tell me, say?
All right. Which is King Solomon. I see what you're saying, because if our society evolve a certain direction, you see where women being empowered, women have more economic power. More women nowadays are career oriented.
Exactly.
And you see, American society, you see, first world society push this image where is on a weekend. After the stress, you see the woman them go on like a party, meet a guy
at the end, go home. At the end of the day, that now make them totally happy.
And then next day, the man get up and leave. Yeah, man, them get up and leave the house before the man even wake up. That's the way society reach now in terms of this postmodern.
That a society. That we live in. That a society.
So who make up society? You know,
so it's where you live.
Society.
How you live?
Don't forget, say you have a self-being.
How you live, yeah?
Listen me, man. Don't listen me.
Yeah.
The girl can get all of that. She can get everything. She get her career and everything. But at the end of the day, she gonna need a companion. So what you try to say? She don't need a companion.
Where you understand that? You the man said, where you say need.
What does a woman offer to a man's life apart from sex? And we are talking about an alpha male, a man who have him job good, him security good, him have self-esteem, him have all that, him good.
Him man need a companion to be happy.
Get a puppy, the man's best friend.
They can sex puppy.
That is why
they can sex puppy.
You're not hearing it. You just say, how you look.
The puppy can't talk to you. The puppy can't talk to you.
Listen, man. You're not listening, man.
Puppy can't talk to you, sir.
Get serious.
What does a woman offer apart from sex? So that is why you have your puppy for companionship, and when the aisle start ride you,
or Alexia, Amazon.
Yeah.
When the aisle start ride you, you go get a female, drive out the aisle, and come back to your yard.
So we are not talking some bunch of robots now making our society then basically.
With who?
A person still not complete him life happiness. He not go happy.
You should not need a woman to make you happy.
I will agree to that point.
Yeah, man, because what happens is that in a lot of relationships, you have some unhappy people who enter the relationship seeking happiness from the relationship.
Exactly.
And because them enter with this unhappiness, the relationship not work. Because you have two unhappy people. But that's make the thing frustrating and miserable. So you have to be in yourself, comfortable with yourself.
Exactly.
Happy with yourself, happy with who you are, happy with where you are going in life and all these things. And then you seek a complementary happiness.
If you choose.
I agree with you,
if you choose, yeah.
So,
if you choose.
I agree, but here what go on now. Because everything, there is a theory to everything, like how there is a practical to everything. So society is where it is at now, basically, which is what Solomon try to explain to Yad. The society there where it is right now, in the sense that the whole feminist movement, which is now in the fourth wave, which is now women empowerment, which is now women no longer seeing themselves as equal, which is what feminism was. But women are now saying that men are weak and women are strong. Exactly. So anything a man used to do back then, the women are saying that them can do it now.
In other words, one time the sperm donor label was was bad. But now the sperm donor label is a good thing.
All right, Nguva, give me a piece side there. So I'm glad that Joe mentioned the fourth wave. Because what we're looking at now, feminist movement now, is a damage to the family and household. Enough people not talk about that,
Big time.
Because as well, Nguva mentioned about being a sperm donor, it was a bad thing back in them days for the man them just go around and breed up the woman them. Now, you have woman point blank tell us say all them want from a man now is a pitney. And them not really want to have a relationship with the man. And that is not frowned upon on society.
Yeah, because I
And
remember
more woman
also,
at cheer feet. More woman, well on.
No, I just add to your point, man.
Yeah, man, enough woman at cheer up the woman them now who I look on that way, them just want a man just impregnate them and then them not have nothing to do with the man. And then in some cases them they even want to youth them to know the father. And that is damaging to the youth psyche. When them grow up without a father. And then now them same woman they turn around and blame the man. Say the man in the household, which they make a conscious decision to have a youth without the father playing any role in the child life. So I might take on that.
Because remember also, I'm not cut you, Solomon, but remember also right now in our society is, we celebrate single mothers now, Remember back then them probably used to look at it and say, yo, the man cut left the woman, but now single mothers are more celebrated than even our mothers and fathers. The single mothers are now more celebrated.
We're gone far from the topic now.
No,
we're gone far from the topic.
Listen to topic, yeah.
Listen, me, I say no.
Yeah, man, go on.
You see all them single mothers there,
yeah.
They're miserable. I'm gonna ask you, I tell you, no celebration of this, they're miserable.
All right, yeah.
This song make it sound like the money in the pot, attack. We don't like women. Woman, you know, understand, say, yo, a new world order, and you know, for just get to the times. Because most, listen to me, say, most sound just behave like, say, all right, uno make love, a sex, no sex, and a difference, right? Make love and sex are different things. When you sex, you basically can also buy a prostitute outside and just do that. So you can live on that as having sex. You know what you understand by making love, son?
You want to hear about a joke? What is the difference between a prostitute and a wife?
One the let's talking.
All right, one to select the money and the let's talking and do the action. Yeah, man, that kind of silence.
No, but Jerry, the point where I make very, very enlightening, because if you pre-social media,
it can't enlighten, Jed.
Yeah.
It cannot enlighten. Why can't enlighten? Because at the end of the day,
wait.
No, not speak.
Yo, Nguva, wait no man, remember, wait yard. Cause me realize where you're basically, and you show off everything by thinking, say, the man name in the podcast right now hate women. It is not about that. The topic is,
and we never said that.
Does a woman offer more than just sex?
And I said yes.
We're talking about for us males where have them shit going on, know them want out of life.
I need a good woman to complete you. You need a good woman to complete you.
Yeah, I said need, right? Not a need. It's just
listen, me, I said.
It is not a need.
You need a woman to complete you, sir.
I don't need a woman to complete me.
You need a woman to complete you. You need a woman to complete you. Because look at it. Look, you know, say more like more miserable than. Listen, me, I said.
Let me try to tell you.
Listen,
you incomplete people.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't tell a man what they need.
Yeah.
But say you need to, because you're miserable every day. You need a female. I don't need a female apart from sex.
Me need a woman like Nanko. That me tell you.
Then go and get one like Nanko.
Yeah, man, I have to speak for himself, man. Him can't broad brush
Nanko go on until no woman don't want him. Time I show this one bag of fear and anxiety and vulnerable. No woman no want.
No.
Vulnerable man. No woman no want a vulnerable man. So nobody with the
so who say we'll be vulnerable?
So
that's vulnerable rich this.
So like you're vulnerable. You say you need, you're vulnerable, brother. You're losing something, you're missing something. You're missing your rib. You're missing your rib. So the same rib where them claims say are the rib where Adam give Eve and Eve raised. So you miss your rib, you miss your last rib.
You know, it sound like when you get your woman, you start use them and refuse them. I mean, I understand how a man like you get to man.
No, because I am charming and I'm a gallus.
No,
I'm a bond.
So you talk about the whole,
dog.
you may say about the whole complete thing. You can't have two incomplete people walking in, and you see me. You have to be complete within yourself. You have to know what you want with the life. You have to know who he is.
Okay.
That's a different topic, man.
No, it's the same topic.
No, a different topic.
No, let me tell you why it's the same topic. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, same topic. That sound like you not get no wife, you know. So
I'm okay with that. All right, again.
You can't okay with that. You can't okay with that. You know why you can't okay with that?
All right, who believes a woman is all right? You believe the thing that women are not born queens; they are elevated to the stature.
That's a different thing again, kid.
Well, as me say, Solomon from the philosophy reversible. Yeah. So if a woman born queen, a man have born a king. Same.
No.
I guess where Solomon's away straight. For me still, and they're gonna start it plain.
Plain, brother.
Vagina them come with in the relationship still.
Thank you, brother. Thank
you. I mean, I tell them that there's vagina.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? We're not going around the thing and
she could have poor, she could have been a beggar, she could have been a blind, she could have been a deaf.
Yeah, man. Cause what you know? A man can do all of the domestic
vagina, why you never? So if a monkey come in a vagina, you put them in a relationship too.
Come again,
if a monkey come in a vagina, a dog come in a vagina, you put them in a relationship too.
We deal with females. We deal with female human beings.
We talk things with sense, brother.
Female.
Come on.
No, it seems like
I'm a burning out to that.
Seems like you're a feminist.
I 10 minutes where I believe. So we want to wrap up in another 10 minutes as well. So teacher does the same thing, different argument.
Well, I'm respond
afterwards. Go through it.
Yeah, that's a jump in for the thing a while ago.
I'm gonna have a burn.
Make him finish.
My brother.
Yo, 10 minutes we have. Make teacher finish.
Man, that's a run for the thing too.
Yeah, go through.
Yeah, man. What I'm bringing a relationship. Remember, as a woman, if you listen to the previous podcast, I think a podcast too, the same yard, say woman come in a relationship for stability and structure.
Yeah.
Them coming there for that, from the man, And then all comes part 3, they might divert,
I thought like
woman, yeah, man. All the woman them come in. Solomon, hold on, man. All the woman come in.
We can go feet. Them can't deny it.
The vagina. Yeah, the good up thing with them, the thing where Solomon talk about. The man now come with them asset, him this and that and that, and the tangible and intangible.
Never that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Them not really, them not really come in with nothing really. Them just come in with them body and the body are really the vagina.
The teacher
that's the thing, because at the end of the day, if me can do all of the household thing, wash, iron, cook and clean, I look at slaves. I look somebody for come in a relationship with less pressure, less stress.
See that? Yeah, look somebody who complete.
Less. We never say complete.
Yeah, look somebody who complete. They contradict yourself, son.
Not contradiction.
No, I'm saying my point, because
not contradiction.
Well, relax, man, finish up. Teacher, 20 more seconds, teacher.
If she come to me, I look the slave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I use her for slave out her life. If she come to my house and do this and that, come can do my thing.
Well,
just a complementary to the fact. So sex alone, she have come with more than sex still. To be honest, she have come with more than sex. She can just come with her vagina. She have come with more than that.
Yeah,
well said, sir.
But let me talk. My point is that you need a woman to complete a successful man. Because if you look at it from King Solomon himself, King Solomon, the king, which king you know never be successful without a good queen? Tell me.
You mean 700 and 800? How much?
Look at the biblical. Anyways, may I speak?
What are you talking
the woman is there for money.
A whole heap of woman Solomon have, So, where am I use that song? No man.
Defeat himself.
Yeah, kill himself. Solomon is known to have many.
Finish your feminist agenda, please.
Finish, one more minute.
Go on, because it seems like Emma really like woman in our podcast.
Right,
I close in here, so I said I'm closing this.
I close. You need a woman to really complete the agenda, right? You need companion, you need a motivator, not just sex alone. You understand? Remember them saying, behind every successful man, you have a good man named Kana.
Is a woman find that pleasure? Not a man.
Goes to
Woman
speak.
find that phrase.
Yeah, got
Even
you.
with the
30 seconds.
Even with the cargo, look on the cargo synopsis. And when the man get a good man, the man starts to light, you know. I remember they were a madman in time.
Uneducated. Uneducated towards the music business.
We're
Nobody
not
with
talking
that.
about Cargo. Cargo
Yeah,
like
I'm
to
talking
stop.
about some mute. Yeah, Kaga madman.
Cargo-
Jeru, go through Jeru. Closing.
Topic itself is one that is very intuitive. And we can look from it from different angles. How
Yeah.
society is right now, it is stemming or leaning towards that fourth wave of the feminist movement, which is quote unquote women empowerment. And how it is stemming society now is that it's hypersexualized society to the point that nowadays men who are, I guess, as Solomon said, alpha males, that is the only thing that they can look to women for, which is sex. And it's because of this whole women empowerment movement where the women are now saying that men are weak and they are strong. The men are now just looking at the women for sex. Well, for me, there is more to it than just sex. So a woman offers more than sexual favors in the relationship. So there's companionship. So you want to know that you have somebody that you're able to respond and correspond with over the years. Somebody who is there for you. That's pretty much it. There's more to be offered than just sex.
All right. So earlier, a man did say, behind every great man, there's a good woman. But I think that society has evolved. The cycle continues, the evolution continues. So nowadays, I think that the situation is such that beside every great man, there is a great woman. So the woman, them, we're moving the woman them from behind us to beside us. So therefore, we expect a life partner. We expect collaboration. We expect support. In other words, we expect to get support and to be a source of support as a man ourselves. So women nowadays are empowered. Welcome the empowerment. Women now have financial power. Women have probably equal standing in society in most things. So we just have to work with it. So therefore, back in the day, you could say it was just basically a matter of sex, but now it is definitely more than that. I've looked for a life partner. Sometimes it's a business partner, you know, as a looking for like a power couple to see how we can build each other. So it's not a matter of a woman completing you, because you have to be complete already as a man. You have to know who you are already as a man. You have to know what you want of the life already as a man. You have to be heading in certain directions in your life as a man. And then you have a life partner, your partner in crime. For advance, both are now. So, Solomon.
The topic here was a very controversial one in some settings. But what does a woman offer more than just sex in a relationship? As the teacher said, women just come with a vagina, which is true. So it's a situation, for example, you are the king. So no matter what you do in your life, you're a king. So if you're a poor man, you're a king. If you're a rich man, you're a king. The elevation is to be a God king, which means that you think above human perspective and you look for life broadly. So if you take on a female, she has to elevate herself from this woman and what a woman should be to what a goddess is. So until she elevates herself to goddess stature, to embrace the God in me, as a woman, she just offers sex. That's me.
All right, so that's it for our third episode in Bar Talk. Leave a like, post a comment, share to the friends, please subscribe, and we welcome all the comments. If you are agree or if you disagree, drop it in the comment section. Look out for
please,
next
no burning of torches, because we never mean no harm. We just a talk, you know? Bar talk.
Yeah,
man, the liquor, I just bar talk, you see?
All right, then.
Yeah, man. Big up to the people in the podcast, man. Up. One love.
Oh, now apologize, no. Burn them.